man this meeting. Okay.
All right. Hold on one second. I saw something in the chat. I just put that to look at first.
Sorry, Bob. Totally unrelated.
Oh, oh, that's sorry. I didn't even know about it, Stephanie. So
I know.
Okay. All right, everybody. Good evening. Let's see. Good evening. My name is Bob Duff, and I would like to welcome you to the 143rd State House District Democratic Convention. I will be your temporary chair. I've appointed Donna King as the temporary secretary. And before we move forward, we need to elect our permanent chair and secretary for the evening. All right. So,
want me to call the roll?
Good evening. All right. Yes, Madam Temporary Secretary, please call the roll for the delegates.
Okay, great. If you'll please unmute yourself because I can't see everybody. The first is David Hewleman.
Present.
Stephanie Thomas.
Here.
Samuel Pride.
Present.
Naomi Kides. Tyler Fairbaum, being proxy Barbara Smith.
I'm here.
Jennifer Bellier.
I'm here.
Brenda Penn Williams. Patricia Marshock.
Here.
Dominique Johnson.
Brenda, you need to unmute.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here. Can
Hi,
you hear
Brenda.
me?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, Doc.
That's okay. Dominique Johnson.
Here.
Bob Duff.
Here.
Donna King. Dr. Moore.
Here.
Ritu Johari. Nicholas Pissarro Jr.
Here.
Bob Simmelgar. Proxy Harris Falk. Proxy Harris Falk.
He's not listed.
Oh,
He's not here.
I just let Harris into the Zoom.
Okay.
So we just circle back because it'll take a minute to connect to audio.
Okay. Circling back, Naomi Kides. And Harris Falk. Is he muted?
He just came in.
He's just connecting to audio now. He should hear you now.
Okay.
If that was me, I can hear you now.
Harris Falk, present. Okay. Ritu Johari. Okay, I want to now read the call of the convention and give the credentials report. I hereby call to order the 143rd State House District Democratic Convention, May 11th, 2022. We have 14 delegates. We have 14 present, 2 proxies. And as of this moment, those authorized to vote totals 14.
And I just let one more in.
Oh, that might be
Westport delegate.
Ritu.
Yep.
Hi there.
Hi, gotcha. All right, so the total number now is 15. Mr. Chairman,
Okay.
your authorized
Thank you.
vote is 15.
All right. Thank you. I will now open the floor for nomination of a permanent chair. Please indicate that you have the nomination by unmuting and making a motion. Dominique Johnson.
I believe I'm meant to nominate the permanent chair. Is that right, Senator Duff?
Yes, that is.
Yes, I see. Thank you. Yes, so let's see. I would like to nominate
It's me.
you. That's right. I'm
Yes.
sorry, Senator Duff. I can't find it in the script. I would like to nominate Senator Duff as our permanent chair. Thank you.
Sorry to give away the story.
No, you did, but I lost my place. I have something
okay.
else. I'm looking.
Yeah, you got other things you're looking at. No problem.
Maybe. Yeah.
Do we have a second for Bob? All right. Donna
I
King
second.
makes a second. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Any other nominations? If there's one nomination, we can do this by acclamation. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you very much for this honor to be the permanent chair of this convention. Let's see, we'll now proceed to elect our permanent secretary and who will help along. So is there a nomination for permanent secretary? Barbara Smith.
Yes, I would like to nominate Donna King for secretary, permanent secretary.
All right, great. Is there a second for Donna King, which I'm happy to do?
Second.
David Hulverman.
Yes, I
right.
second the nomination.
Great, thank you. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Not. We'll vote by acclamation. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you. Congratulations, Donna. You're our permanent secretary. Let's see. So thank you all for attending. We're gathered here tonight to nominate our candidate for Connecticut 143rd State House District Democratic Convention. This convention will follow the rules of the state party and followed by Robert's Rules of Order. I now open the floor for nominations. Please nominate a candidate by unmuting yourself and speaking. Dr. Moore, do you have a nomination?
Yes, I do. I'm Lynn Moore, and I'm chairperson of District D in Norwalk. And I'm very proud to nominate Dominique Johnson for the position of state representative for the 143rd District. Dominique comes very highly qualified. If you look at her background in terms of her education, she earned a BA in Communication Studies, then an MA in Communication, and a PhD in Urban Policy Studies. Dominique has served in many roles in terms of her career. She's been a public college professor. She's been a published educational researcher where she wrote more than 20 articles about informal mentoring and what that does in terms of a positive effect on the educational resiliency of sexual minority youth. Dominique was also a regional field director in Georgia for the Georgia Democrats, and she was a lead for the Senate runoffs for South Metro Atlanta. So obviously we know that Dominique, in her current position, she provides educational and organizational consulting, but she's more than just those degrees and her careers. We're very fortunate to have Dominique on our Common Council in Norwalk since 2020. She serves on the Ordinance, Personnel, and Community Relations, Health and Public Safety Committees. Dominique was an elected member of the DTC for Biden and Harris as a DNC delegate. But really, she's just a tireless worker. It's always good to know about someone's history, their backstory, so to speak, what they've done with their education and their career. But Dominique is a dynamo. She's informed. She makes certain that she does her homework. She thoughtfully interacts with her constituents. She's not afraid to do the work that's going to be ahead of her to get elected. And Dominique will seek our opinions, and she'll be our voice in Hartford. She will continue to collaborate. And of course, now, once elected, she'll do a fine job of working with the other members of the House and the Senate and work to bring the best legislation for the people of Connecticut. So again, I'm very proud to nominate Dominique Johnson.
Thank you, Dr. Moore. That was great. Appreciate it. And let's see, do we have a second for this nominee?
I'd like to second the
Barbara Smith.
Yes, thanks, Bob. I'd like to second the nomination of Dominique Johnson. I'm actually going to take a little bit of credit here for getting Dominique to this position because back a few years ago when we lost Colin Hostin to the Board of Ed, Eloisa called me and said, hey, have any ideas for a replacement?
You were president at the time.
Yes, correct. I was president of the Common Council at the time. And I said, absolutely, Dominique Johnson. I think she would be great. And I didn't know Dominique that well at the time, but she'd been coming to the District D meetings, and I knew her to be smart, personable, and political. And I just thought she would be a perfect fit. And she did the hard work. She, went to all of the district meetings. She introduced herself, and she, received the nomination and has sat on the council ever since. She worked really hard. We worked together this time to be elected, and a tireless worker. Dr. Moore, boy, is she ever. She works really, really hard, and she has embraced her role on the Common Council with aplomb and integrity. She's worked really, really hard. She takes the job very seriously and always works to make the best decisions for the people of Norwalk. She's currently chairing the Community Services Committee and is doing a great job with that. And, I think that that's such a natural for Dominique because she cares so much about racial, social, and gender equity. And so she's just really done a terrific job doing that. Also, she's new on the Public Works Committee and has embraced that, which is really a great spot for her because sustainability is such an important issue for Dominique, and she's she can help us with trees and things like that. So. She's also on the ordinance committee, worked very hard and made some changes to the city codes and ordinances in terms of gender neutral language, something really important to Dominique. And she did all the research and homework and made that happen. She really has a lot to be proud of. And I'm so proud to be able to second this nomination. And I'm just so confident that Dominique will use the same passion and integrity that she has on the Common Council in Hartford. And I can't imagine anyone who would fight harder for us. So it is my honor, and I'm proud to second the nomination.
Thank you, Barbara.
Like to second the nomination. Dominique is a unique person. I really like Dominique. Dominique called me up. Even when she ran for Common Council, she called for my advice. She called me for this. Dominique, everyone has said everything good about you, and I think you are a great person to be running in the 143rd district. So congratulations to you.
Thank you, Brenda.
And I would like to fourth or third, second, or whatever part we're up to now. Also for Dr. Johnson, I think she'll be fabulous, not just for Norwalk, but for our little sliver of Westport that we have here as well, and for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And a lot of us are new to the 143rd because we used to be in the 137th, and now we're part of the 143rd. So we look forward to that. I see our current incumbent and our candidate, our nominee for Secretary of the State, Stephanie Thomas, had her hand up.
Yes, I would like to second this nomination. You know, I'm very sentimental about the 143rd and also the new people in the district. So it wasn't just anybody that I could sit here and vote for. I met Dominique door knocking, which makes perfect sense because she is always out in the community doing, in addition to learning and you know, dealing with the policy side of issues, but she really embodies what is really important to me, which is keeping people in politics. And, you know, she really has a heart for the people. And I know that that heart coupled with that awesome brain, coupled with the knowledge she has gained about local issues, in Norwalk, and I know she will learn about every issue in Westport. And to bring that knowledge to Hartford makes her a huge asset for the entire town, both towns, the entire state. So I am very pleased to second this nomination, and I know you'll do a great job.
All right. Thank you, Stephanie. We'll miss you, but you're on to bigger and better things. So thank you for that. Let's see, any other seconds at all? Fourth, fifth, sixth, or seventh? Okay. So are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, I move that the nomination for the 143rd State House District Democratic Convention be closed, and I make a motion to vote by acclamation for one unanimous ballot for our nominee, Dominique Johnson. All right, let's all get off on mute and clap for Dominique.
Congratulations, Dominique.
Thank you. Wow. Wow.
Now I have the pleasure of introducing our endorsed candidate, Dominique Johnson.
Oh, wow. Senator Duff, thank you so much. Everybody, thank you. I have to thank Dr. Moore for nominating me. Thank you. Your leadership in District D is just phenomenal, and I'm so proud to represent it now and represent it. We're going to fight to represent it in Hartford. Brenda, thank you. Barbara, thank you. Working with you on the council has been amazing. And yes, this is. I won't say it's your fault, but this is part of the reason I'm here is because I've had amazing people, particularly women in our city. We lift each other up, and I appreciate you. Thank you. Of course, I said Brenda and Stephanie. I mean, can we just for a second talk about the big shoes there is to fill in the 143rd? But there's no other reason I'd rather walk through this door unexpectedly than you being our next Secretary of State. I mean, a champion for people, a champion for our right to vote, and you are going to be amazing. We're here with you every step of the way, and thank you, friend. It's a busy night for people, so I just want to say a couple things because you know, it's a big moment, I think, to think about what's at stake this November for all of us. And I know that we had Senator Duff's convention last night, and he was at the high school West Hill in Stamford today. That's the sunburn you see on me, and the David Huberman, my colleague on the council, was there with me with some other colleagues from our Board of Ed and Stanford as well, and the delegation. When I saw this delegation working so hard through the year, and then they pass this budget, and we get this incredible, unbelievable, no words for it, reimbursement for Stanford and Norwalk, right, for our school district. You just see what that teamwork and that collaboration can do in Hartford. And if you know me, I want to be part of a team. I'm a team player, and that's the kind of work where I feel like I can do my best work. And so to think about joining that team with Senator Duff, with Representative Dathan, with Representative Steinberg, people, when they see 143rd, they're going to think Stephanie Thomas. So I got my work cut out for me. And so, and I'll tell you this, I can't think of a better path forward for our district than together. And I know that I want the Westporters on this call to know that I work really hard for all Norwalkers. I'm at large, and I represent every Norwalker in the 143rd now, but I want you to know I also feel like I'm gaining, as your nominee, a district. And you're part of you're part of my constituency now. The same responsiveness and presence, I will be there for Westport as I am for Norwalk. And so I've talked with you all a lot through my time on the council and with some of my new Westport friends leading up to this moment tonight. And, you know, we share a lot of these same issues. And talking with Representative Thomas and the delegation in my work for Norwalk, we're faced with, you know, a moment where we are a party as Democrats of equity, we're a party of empathy, and we're a party for the future because we're looking out for the future. And so what does that mean? That means the issues that Norwalk and Westport share about climate mitigation. You know, how can we mitigate the flooding that we have in our neighborhoods? How can we make the sound more healthy and make sure that the runoff into the sound is keeping it healthy? So a lot of the work I've done in Norwalk has been to this point about proposing garnering support for our climate action plan. As my colleague, as Majority Leader Smith said, I care deeply about equity, and a lot of the work I've done in Norwalk centers that, and I will promise you I will continue to do that in Hartford. And of course, health and well-being is a big focus, and I know a lot of us care deeply about the mental health of our communities right now, and that's another initiative that I've been working on the council that I will be very passionate about in Hartford. And the other issues are your issues because we do this together, so I really look forward to the conversations we're going to have over the coming months. And so, you know, with everything going on right now, I just kind of wanted to say people, you know I can have a personal, I work hard, but I also think about things with my heart, if that makes any sense. And so I've knocked on over 1,100 doors to win this past November. So we're going to knock on all those doors in this district and we're going to do it together, and I'll need your support and help. And there's a place for everybody because we're going to do this together. And we know it's at stake in the next 2 years. I mean, and what we do now in 2022 sets us up for 2024. And there's nothing else. I mean, we know this from Representative Thomas's run. I mean, this is what's at stake. So I think we had a rally after that leaked draft came out here in Norwalk the following night. And a lot of us were there. And it just reified to me how everything we do now is an act of love for future generations. Like, we have rights because people fought for us. And I can tell you, I have elders that fought for me to give me the rights that I have. And so we need to fight for what is right this November, and we'll do it together. So thank you all so much. I humbly and gratefully accept the nomination to be your new representative in Hartford. Thank you all so much. Oh, I like that, Harris. That's great. Thank you all so much.
Congratulations.
That's great. Well, I'll tell you what, Dominique, I, for one, as your neighbor down the road here, do not expect to have anybody else elected to the 143rd except you. And so I was a state rep in the 137th and now state senator. I expect to be represented by a Democrat in the 143rd, and that's exactly what's going to happen, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to all get out there. We're going to make sure we knock on those doors. We pull up ourselves by our bootstraps, do what we got to do, and make those calls, knock on those doors, and tell voters why you are the best choice. They already know it. That's a little secret I have. I know they already know it, but we're just going to make sure we remind them, and we got to get them out to vote. So thank you, everybody, for that. Congratulations, Dominique. Thank you, everybody, for your participation tonight. We are good, and I think that is do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn, Sam.
All right, thanks, Sam. This convention is now closed. Everybody have a great night, and we'll see you on the campaign trail. Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Congratulations, Dominique.
Congratulations.
Nice meeting you.
Good job.
You got it.
Congratulations.